Hello, and I am Melanie Riding, and this is my weekly free online fitness class for beginners and or amputees. This one today is for lower leg amputees, but actually arm amputees could do it because it's a leg workout, so it really wouldn't matter either way. And just so that you know, I am operating the graphics for this video here through this device in my hand, so I'm not on the phone looking down. That's what I'm doing. So that's my name. I'm Melanie Riding, and I am a New Zealand reps registered personal trainer, and I also own Riding to Health Limited, which is a company that's based in Invercargill, New Zealand, but we also offer online fitness too. So I do online one-to-one as well as in-person one-to-one for anybody around the world. If you want to find me on my social media channels, you can find me on Facebook right there. This live stream is going out on Facebook and on YouTube. You can also find me on YouTube right there. And finally on Instagram right there. Now, I'm going to put this down and leave it over there, and we'll get started. So today you're going to need a perching stool or a bar stool or something like that. This is what I'm using. This is the perching stool I've got that I use for the kitchen when I'm cooking, so that I don't have to stand up for long periods of time. I'm only an amputee, 5 months in as an amputee, so I do still use this a lot. If you don't have one of these, a bar stool is fine. If you don't have one of those, then a chair, but that's a lot harder. If you are relatively new amputee and you don't have one of these, I wouldn't use a chair. I'd probably just do freestanding, holding on to something. So we're going to start off with mini squats and high knees. Now, you might want to hang on to something for both of those. If your balance isn't that good, I would suggest you did with crutches or walking poles or something like that. We're going to do intervals of 20 seconds, and we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're just going to do little mini squats. So that's why I'm using this, because it's a lot higher and you don't need to go as low. If you are doing mini squats onto a bar stool, make sure you keep your hips nice and straight at the front. You need to stand up tall. Shortening hip flexors is something you need to be careful of if you spend a lot of time sitting in a wheelchair. And rest for a second. So next one is high knees. So we're going to go simply marching high knees. Now, this is where I say you might want to hang on to something if you don't have the balance to do this freestanding. That is fine. It's only been recently that I've actually been able to do that. So don't feel bad. I've been working on balance really, really hard. It's really hard is getting balance back, and I still can't do it standing on that leg for all that long. But for a couple of seconds, I'm all good. And whoops, where's my seat gone? There. So don't sit down if you haven't got a seat behind you. I did that once, right at the beginning with physio, and ended up sitting on the floor. I got really good at falling over in the first few months. Haven't done it quite as much lately. But yeah, if you're a new amputee, you'll know about that. You'll need to learn how to fall over safely. So let's go again. Mini squats. Standing up straight. Just tap your bum on the seat if you've got a bar stool. Just tap your bum on the seat. Just tap it on the seat. And stand up straight in between. 5, 4, 3, 2, have a seat. That's number 2. We're going to go high knees in a moment, just after you've had a rest. Must remember, I stepped forward last time with high knees. Don't sit on chair, Mel. So, high knees, marching, hanging on to crutches or walking poles if you can't do this with freestanding. So, here we go. I can't get this knee as high because I can't bend that knee as much. My next socket will hopefully fix that, and I might be able to ride a bike with a proper crank length. And rest. So we go backwards, sit on the chair. 1 more to go. If you're here with me live today, please do hit like so I can see how many people are here. or comment below. And if you've got any questions specific to fitness and movement and balance with being an amputee, then do ask me through any of those social media channels. Ask me underneath this video or send me a private message. I don't mind either way. This would also be perfectly suitable for somebody who's not disabled and is just a beginner fitness person. So do feel free to share this video on all your social media channels. There is no charge at all. Number 3, mini squats. So here we go. Mini squats. So we're going to go a little tap on the chair. Make sure you know where it is before you start. Stand up straight with the hips. Muscle shortening is a real problem for wheelchair users. You need to make sure you don't allow that to happen by keeping moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, sit down. Last one. Now, we're going to go high knees marching. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice and slow. Get your balance in between. Hanging on to something if you can't do this. Freestanding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, back we go. Have a seat. Now, the next one really does work on balance, and if you're an amputee, it's working on the proprioception of the muscles. If you're above the knee amputee, it's working your thigh, adductors, glutes, mega hard. If you're below the knee amputee, it's working your quad, hamstring, and all those VMO muscles around your knee mega hard. So you will find this gets really hard really fast. If you're not an amputee, you'll be like, what are they worried about? But it does still work on balance. So if you're not an amputee, but you're a beginner and you're finding this easy, shut your eyes. But make sure you're hanging on to something first. So here we go. Now I'm going to put my stool round there because I'm just not sure that I'm going to be able to do this without hanging on to something with my left leg. But I'll show you on my right leg first. So we're going to do foot circles. Okay? Foot circles. Now, it sounds relatively easy, but trust me, it's not. And then you're going to do it on the other side. So, the smaller the circle, the easier it is, I think. Yeah. No, the smaller the circle, the harder it is. The bigger the circle, the easier it is. The faster you move, the harder it is. So, go slowly. Right, are we ready? 20 seconds, starting from now. So, we're going to go foot circles with your not amputated side if you're an amputee. Now I've also got a knee replacement, so my knee replacement's been concentrating hard too because I didn't really get its balance back before I lost my leg. My knee replacement's on the other side. And rest. Now this one on your amputated side is going to be quite hard. I am actually going to hold on to this seat. I think I might hold on to it that way actually. Don't actually trust it to not tip over. Okay, and then we're going to go like this. Oh, not bad, Mel, not bad, Mel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest for a moment. This is where you find out if you've got enough socks on that prosthetic. If your bones start poking into the side of the socket, you need more socks. Right then, here we go. Second one, foot circles. We're going to go back to the non-amputated side, or the leg you started with. Here we go. Right. Make sure you've always got your hand on something slightly, because falling over as an amputee is a disaster. We don't want to do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, now, as you will know, or you may not if you're a new amputee, you'll need to lean a lot further over to get your balance when you're doing that. Right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. We've got one more to go. Hope you're still with me. If you need a rest in between these, just have a seat. I'm not going to because that means I need to move the seat, move it back, move the seat, move it back. Right. That third and final one. So, starting with the leg you started with. Are you ready? Foot circles and go. Now, as you can see, I don't actually find it that easy, even on the leg I've still got. It's amazing what balance does to you when you lose a limb. Swap sides. It all goes out the window and you have to start again. Makes me wonder how the heck babies do it. Right, here we go. Last one. I'm on your prosthetic if you're wearing one. Circles. Try not to look down at the floor because that will put your balance off. Try and look ahead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Whew. Right, I'm going to sit down for a second. Put the seat back. Now, you will find balance gets harder as you get more tired. That is just fact of life. Okay, so the last one we're going to do is lateral lift. If you've been with me before, we have done these before. This works the adductors and glutes, which are really important for keeping you square, keeping your hips square so that you don't hitch a hip when you're walking, which is a really bad habit, but common for amputees, and that will give you backache. So we're working on adductors and glutes. Glutes work overtime for amputees because the glutes do the job of all the muscles that are missing. So my glutes and hamstring on the left side get really tired really fast, whilst my right leg is just feeling fine and dandy. So here we go. So hang on to something, and you're going to hang on to it so that you don't go like that. So just a minute, let me move that over a bit. Okay, so we're going to try and keep up straight, but you're going to lift the leg. Right? I've chosen the hard side to start with. That's great. So what you're trying to do is not move your arm and not lean right over like that. That's what you're trying to do. We're trying to work these muscles here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Perfectly okay to hang on to something here because we're not working on the balance, we're working on that muscle. We need to get the exercise correct. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Swap sides. Move my chair over here. Right then. You should find the side where you've still got a leg easier. If you've got 2 legs and you're a beginner, don't hold on to this. You should be able to do this without hanging on. Right then. Are we ready? And go. Better to do this with the prosthetic on because then it's extra weight you're lifting. Make sure your toe is pointing forwards. And you might find the muscles on your amputated side, you really can feel them, but really not on the other side. That's because the other side muscles haven't atrophied. They've not worn away, wasted away because you haven't been using them all the time. And stop. So it's perfectly okay if you're finding one side, you can feel it more than the other side. Because on my right leg, I really don't feel it too much at all. If it's easy, wrap a weight of some type round your ankle, if you've got them. Or a band around your ankle tied to a chair. Right then. Number 2, here we go. Right, so we're going. This puts a lot of challenge on the stump. So make sure you've got that straight, locked into the middle of your socket, and your knee is straight. 3, 2, 1. Swap sides. Here we go. Ready? Second one. Off we go. We're nearly there. You're doing really well. You'll be able to feel how different one side is to the other. You'll find balance and keeping up straight a lot easier on one side than the other, but you'll find the muscles work harder on one side than the other. Stop. Right, we've got one more to go on both sides. I'll just give you a second just to recover, and then we're going to start again. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Keeping the toe pointing forwards. Now on that other leg, if you weren't feeling it before, you should now. 3, 2, 1, stop. I'm going to swap around the other side. Last time. 3, 2, 1, go. Nearly there. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and have a seat. Now I've got the curtains closed because it